Are you ready for another mystery box challenge? This is one of my favorite collabs that I get to participate in every other month, and this time I got my box from Shannon over at the Cozy Christmas Cottage, and I can't wait to break into this. She sent me items from Walmart, plus one of her DIY fails that she never finished. If you're curious who I sent my box to, I actually sent it to Shannon, but I sent it for her to do for her The Daily DIYer channel. If you didn't know it, Shannon actually has 2 channels, and they're both fabulous, filled with great content, so you're gonna wanna check both of her channels out. If you're new to this, a group of us participate in this challenge every other month. This is put on together by Courtney over on Creative on the Cheap, and it is so much fun. So let's bust into this box and see what items I get to DIY with. I'm nervous. Shannon has not been known to send really easy items. Oh, I see my first project. She wrapped it pretty. My started project. Oh. My started project. We're gonna put that there for a minute. Second challenge. Not opening that yet. And first challenge. Okay, I normally wait on these items, but you know what? We're gonna do things a little bit backwards. I'm going straight in. I'm gonna go with challenge items first. I'm gonna just go ahead. Let's just rip off that Band-Aid. Okay. It's ornament paper. I think, is it all? Okay, we have ornament paper on the first one. Poinsettia, Santa glass figurine, and like the Christmas light, you know. This is what you see when you're watching like a Hallmark movie when they're kind of like veering back the camera. I'm not sure what you call that. But that's what I have to work with. She was easy on me, which makes me nervous. If this is easy, what's coming? Challenge 2. She has sent fuzzy things before. I'm just grateful I can tell it's not fuzzy. Okay. It is a handprint stone. So it's like, is it made with cement? Is it plaster? Bag of plaster. I got plaster to work with. I'll be honest, I've never worked with plaster. So, there's a first time for everything. I can handle this. Oh man. Can you handle this? Can you handle? I'd tape it closed too. Scared I'd see it too soon and cry. I heard the bell. Could you guys hear the bell? We know there's a bell involved. Okay, it's a bell, Santa's bell. So you know those little boxes you get at Dollar Tree? That was the box. I can tell that's what that is, with a bell inside. Okay, a bell in a box. I can work with a bell in a box. Knowing the things that she has sent to other people, I'm not gonna lie. She was nice to me. I can handle this. I think she's known it's been a long month, so thank you. Now, are you ready to see all the really fun things that go with that? I'm not gonna lie. That kind of stuff looks a little bit fun too. This is fun. It's like Christmas. And let's be honest, I'm gonna be making Christmas things. Okay, I got some wooden rounds. These say small. Those are not 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches. This one's like 5 inches. 1, 2. Do you guys do the finger trick for an inch? Am I weird? Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a 5-inch one back here and like a 4-inch one right here. Nice. Those are easy to use. Love these. Excited. Yes. Like a little photo album, hashtag fun. That's what this box is gonna be, is hashtag fun. Oh goodness, I got a whole bunch of like scrap paper. I can use this every day, any day, all day. Yep. I'll be using that. Hey, there's a card. Let's do the card. She made her card. Are we surprised? Paper and washi tape. It's so cute. Hi, Jennifer. I can't wait to see your faces when opening this box, LOL. No glitter or fuzzy troll pins. See, I should have read the card first and I would have known. But I hope you enjoy the things I send. I know you'll use the creative magic to I can read. I promise. I know you'll use your creative magic to come up with beautiful things. Happy holiday crafting. Love, Shannon. You know, one of the best things that comes from what I do, honestly, are the people I get to meet, and she is one of them. I adore her. Okay, clothespins, but you guys, these are wide ones. I like that. Nice. I haven't bought wide ones. I'm excited about that. Scrabble tiles. I'm not gonna lie, I picked these up and then put them back because I was thinking about sending those to her too. So I think these are so much fun. Like the little sponges, natural sponges, great for like adding texture, things like that. Fantastic to use. And then pendant. Oh, I'm super excited. If you don't know it, I say pendant. It's a banner with lots of pendants. I love banners, garland, all day, every day, all the time. This will be fun. I am excited and I can't wait to start making all the Christmas things. So let's get to it. Of course I had to start with Santa's bell, but all I want is the box itself. So I just started taking it apart to help me get the little piece of wood off that she put on there. I did use my heat gun to loosen up the glue a little bit, and then that piece popped right off. Now I saw this box at Walmart. It's in the wedding section and I was so excited. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. First, I need to remove that sticker, and I'm using my heat gun to do that. After that, I took everything out to my spray tent, the little box and the big box, and I'm using this gorgeous apple red paint from Rust-Oleum and painting everything. It did take me a few coats to cover up where it said cards on the box, but once everything was coated, while that was drying, I used my CRICUT to create a couple of vinyl decals. Now, you don't have to use a CRICUT if you don't have one. You can also use some paint and stencils, some stickers. There are a lot of different options that you can use instead. I went ahead and I weeded my vinyl, which just means I'm getting rid of the parts I don't need. I am using a permanent vinyl because I do plan on putting this outside and I want it to last. The decal says Santa Express, and the reindeer and Santa face forward, so I actually flipped them on one of them so they both will face forward once they're applied to the box. Once I had the decal onto the transfer tape, it was time to apply it to the box. I made sure that the reindeer and sleigh were facing forward. Once I got it positioned where I wanted to, I went ahead and applied it. I did that to both sides of the box. Now, the next thing I needed to do was add a knob. So I have this knob that Courtney gave me in our last challenge. And so all I need to do is spray paint this white. I thought that would go better. So my little tip is when I do knobs, I like to stick it in a box, and that way I can have access to it all the way around. So I took it out to my spray tent. I gave it a good coat of white spray paint. Once that dried, I brought it in. I found the center of the front of the box just about 1.5 inches down, and then drilled a hole straight through so that I could place the knob there. Okay, this is going to be a super fun project because here I have some fast setting concrete, some water, a plastic flower pot that I got at Dollar Tree, some tape, and a 2-inch dowel rod. I'm going to start off by trimming this down because it's a little bit longer than what I want, and I only want it to be about 3 feet. So let's go cut that down.
So I poured in my cement into my pot, and then I'm just adding some water and mixing that with a paint stick until I get the consistency that I want. Really try to make sure I dig down to that bottom, because you know when you mix brownies and some of your brownie batter is left unmixed? That is what I'm dealing with here. Like I have some of those dry pocket holes. I want to make sure that I get it all nice and mixed. And then I go ahead and I take my 3-foot long dowel and I stick that in, and I'm using tape to secure that and hold it in place. Remember, this is a quick set, so it really doesn't take very long, and that is what I love about this. It sets up so fast. To make sure that this is nice and level, I went ahead and I did put the level on it, double checked it, and then just left it alone while it was setting up. Here you can tell it's really hard, it's solid, and it's ready for the next step, which is to spray it. It's in my spray tent, and I'm covering it up with some white spray paint and giving it a nice solid coat. So I brought that in and I placed the little box on top of the pole and then the big box on top of that. To secure everything together, first I went ahead and I did a pilot hole going through the box, and then I used a screw and screwed that on down, and that secured my Santa mailbox all together. I absolutely love this. I think it is adorable, and I cannot wait to display this on my front porch this Christmas season. It's just so adorable. I was amazed with all the different colors and textures of the papers that came in this paper pack. They are so much fun. To start off with, I'm trimming strips to be 3/4 inches wide. And what's great is you can choose any of the colors or textures that you want. I'm going to go with white, red, and black for the project that I'm doing, but there were so many different options that could have worked. Once I have all my strips, then I'm going to trim those to be various lengths, with the longest being 3 3/4 inches in length and the shortest being 1 1/2 inches in length. I have 3 of these wooden crates from Dollar Tree that I will be using to apply all of these strips onto, and I'm laying them out in order to make it look like a Christmas tree. And to have them adhere to this, I'm just using some Mod Podge. Now, I prefer to use the matte Mod Podge because I find that it's a little bit thicker, so that's my preference. I also find it easier to use a paintbrush for doing something like this. Now, this is actually another Dollar Tree item. It comes in a pack. I don't like it for painting. It's too stiff, and I actually had to trim the head because the whiskers, the bristles, the brush, were not even, so I trimmed it so it's really stiff, but perfect for Mod Podge. I think these make great ornaments. They look beautiful on a tiered tray, and I also think they would make really unique and fun gift tags to go on a package. So here I have a packet of plaster that I needed to use, and the packet comes with the plaster, a stick, a glove, mask, some paint. Honestly, such a fun little kit. I ordered the silicone mold off of Amazon. It actually came in a pack of 3, and I could not wait to make my own plaster ornaments. You will see quickly that my plan and my execution are not quite the same. I thought I would be using these straws one way. Let me just tell you that did not work out. I was going to place these in here and then hold them with the tape. The tape did not want to stick. But let's get on to mixing some plaster. I honestly was so surprised with how easy this was. So I started with about half of the bag of plaster and half a cup of water. It was really thin. I finished pouring the rest of the bag of plaster. It was still thinner than I thought it would be, but I went ahead and I poured it into the molds. It started setting up pretty quickly, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try just jamming the straws in from there, and I let it dry and set up that way. Now, once it's set up, I found out quickly my straw did not go all the way through, so I just had to cut them off. But look how beautiful these pop out of the silicone molds. Oh my goodness, and the definition that these have, I will absolutely be making these again, and all you have to use is like plaster of Paris, and that is so inexpensive. My kids will be painting their own ornaments like all Christmas break, let me just tell you. You just need to glue a little string on the back and they would be ready to hang on a tree, or how cute on a tier tray as well. Another idea is I have this wood ornament. I ordered this off at Amazon last year. I had got a whole set of them, and I have some Gorilla Glue. And I'm just going to glue this ornament straight onto this, let it set up and dry. And I think this looks so cute this way. It's simple, yet the ornament itself just makes it pop. I just love it. Shannon sent me the bag of Scrabble pieces from Walmart, and it didn't take me very long to realize I was going to need some more of these. So I jumped on Amazon and I ordered a 500-piece bag. Yep. Now there are some differences between the Walmart ones and the Amazon ones, and you'll see that as I go along. But let me just say, Scrabble pieces are Scrabble pieces, and it's just a lot of fun. I am spelling out different words that are like traditions in my family. So this is going to create kind of like a bucket list or an advent calendar style ornaments to go on a tree. So I'm spelling out like elf for like our elf that comes to visit, Santa for when we go visit Santa. I'm going to do nativity for when we read like the birth of Jesus, and different words like that. Once I have all of the words chosen, then I get popsicle sticks and I trim them down so they're just slightly smaller than the word themselves, and I'm using some miter shears to do that. After that, I'm using some hot glue to apply them onto the popsicle stick. Some of them I apply vertically, some of them I apply horizontally. Once I had that done, I did grab some twine and I tied them into a knot, and then I hot glued that knot onto the back of each popsicle stick. Now I can place each of these onto the tree, and as we complete a tradition, or we can pull it right off the tree, and it just makes a really fun activity to do at Christmas time. I love creating garlands and banners, and this pendant banner is like perfect. It's like serendipitous because it has exactly 9 pendants on it, which means it was perfect for me to spell out the word Christmas. So I'm using my CRICUT in order to do that, but you could also use like fabric markers or stencils, stickers if you wanted to like stencil around. So many different options. So I'm going in and I'm using the iron-on vinyl in order to create that. After it's done cutting, I go ahead and I weed it. If you've never weeded iron-on, it is so easy to weed. It's more rubbery feeling because it's not sticky at all. The backing is what's sticky, and it actually comes with its own backing. And I cut the letters individually because I am applying 1 letter to each pendant. For added insurance, I always like to use the heat-resistant tape just to keep things in place when I go in to iron them on. So I just take a little piece to the very top of it and secure that down. And then I'm using my mini heat press, and I'm just taking that around. I just go through each letter. Once they cool off, then you can just peel off the backing, and it is so satisfying. I think that this is so cute. Well, Christmas needed a little bit of merry, so I'm using these wood rounds that you can also pick up at Walmart, and I'm painting them black. For the letters, I am using my CRICUT to cut out some iron-on, but you could also use some stickers instead if you wanted to. Just as I had done on the pendant banner, I cut out the letters individually, and I used the heat transfer tape in order to help secure the letters to each one of the wood rounds before I went in and used my mini heat press to apply them. I am curious to know how many of you have ever tried iron-on with wood before. Let me know that in the comments below if you've tried it. If you haven't, it is one of my favorite ways to use iron-on. It is so simple and easy to do. If you haven't tried it, I highly encourage it. After it's done ironing, all you have to do is peel the backing off, and there you have it. To hang these, I'm using the little short wide clothespins and hot gluing them to the top of each one of these, making sure that they are facing upwards so they can grab onto that rope. And then this is all done. I think it is so adorable. I absolutely love it. I love the black and white because then you can add color wherever else you want to. I picked up these ornaments at Dollar Tree, and I thought they would be the perfect pairing to go along with my Merry Christmas. So I'm painting them black. I'm not too worried about the top because I'm about to cover that up. I have this caulk that I also picked up at Dollar Tree, but you can grab some at Walmart if you want to. So once I have cut off the tip, I'm going ahead and I'm just covering up that top. This is my whipped cream. I'm not the first to ever do this. I then use a cut paper straw that I picked up at Walmart, a pack of just black and white ones. Stick that in the corner and then apply more of the caulking on top, and that will secure that straw down in place and it won't go anywhere. I chose to go with black and white because this will transition into winter as well. It's not just for Christmas. And I thought that was a brilliant idea because, let's be honest, I live in Texas. We drink a whole lot more hot chocolate after Christmas than even before. For my last challenge item, I have this poinsettia paper that I'm going to be using with a snowflake punch. I'm actually just going to use the white of the paper and not the colored, but once I started punching it, let me tell you, the colors were gorgeous, so it was really hard to choose to stick with the white. To apply the snowflakes to the cocoa mugs, all I did was use the Mod Podge. I brushed them on, laid down the snowflake, and then added a little bit more Mod Podge right on top of the snowflake, and then that was that. Once that dried, small clothespins and hot glue those to the top of these, and they were ready to be hung and join my Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Don't forget to check out the playlist in the description box, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!